Hey everybody. Good after morning. It's almost afternoon. It depends where you are. It's morning here still. Hope everyone's doing well in this very cold week. It's not. I usually don't do a pop-up live on a like Tuesday in the middle of the day, but we're kind of shut down out here. So I figured I'd pop out and go say hi to everyone. I still plan to do I was gonna do a premiere later tonight. I might wind up doing a live stream after all, because everything is discombobulated. Let's see who is in the chat that we can say hello to. And don't cry over there. You're in there because you're a dumbass. Jackson got busted because he was being a heathen. Mr. Rescue, hello, hello. You got to see Rescue has long live streams weekday mornings, most weekdays, and you got to jump in there as he builds and deals with his chickens. Although yesterday you were inside, which was probably a wise place. Hello, Henry. Copycat. Johnny. Hello, hello. Hold on. I'm losing people here. I think I skipped someone. Hey, Carol, Mimi, Loretta, Christine. Hello, hello. Oh, Copycat again. Hello, Copycat again. Angie. Hey, Angie. How are you? And Coffee stopping in for a bit. Who was fighting the chicken? Did I miss? Oh, there it is. Probably going to say how long? 5 minutes to fight a chicken. Is that supposed to be a chicken? And why are we fighting chickens? I'm so curious now. Uh, and apparently I cannot spell LOL today, so you get all, which is kind of embarrassing. Hey, Red October, what's going on? My brother from down in South Texas. Well, not more South Texas. You're really not in South Texas. You're more southern. He's actually more like the middle of Texas, which doesn't say much because, like, Texas is the only state I know that if I want to drive from Tyler, Texas to El Paso, right across the top of the state, it takes me more time to do that than to drive. Actually, the trip from Dallas to Houston is longer than the trip from New York to DC and back. So yeah, so when I say like Central Texas, it's just like some countries are as big as Central Texas. Oh, good. I'm glad you're able to join me for a little bit. Hey, Jeep Girl, welcome, welcome. Sassy Gal's in here somewhere. I see people commenting, but I can't find her. She's in here. She snuck in. Sassy's got ninja skills this morning. Oh, there she is. And by the way, everyone, if check Sassy's videos as well, she's got some great stuff. Hey, my favorite guy from the great Northeast, Mr. Mike. And he had a great video yesterday. Him and Lou did some ninja skill stuff. Uh, would it be fair to say you guys are kind of interthreading a series of your own with the series that you said New York Prepper was doing? Like, you guys are doing concurrent storylines of some type. And I really need to catch up on Greg's stuff too, because I hadn't seen him. Hey, Vision, welcome. Ark, how are you? Good to see everyone here. Hold on, I'm losing track of people. I let my roosters attack my arm with my coat on their feet. Actually, punch. Wow, that's not cool. Who wants the devil bird? Well, I guess they were descendants of velociraptors, so that may be a thing with them. Hey, Vision, thank you for that. Hola, Johnny. Let's see, did I miss anyone? So yes, a spin-off of the Dark Winter series from New York Prepper. I need to go check out that series. Hey, Just Josh, good morning. Yeah, the little frozen dude, tell me about it. Um, I'll tell you what, I get up early, so we got up just before 5 o'clock. Because Sassy's working for a company that is considered like an emergency response company. If there was an SHTF, both she and I would have to show up at work in some way, shape, or form. And we left early, and I left to the gym before she left for work. And I like drove down my block, and there was no one out there. And I was like, I'm gonna go and My dog's ninja ears can hear your dog's collar jingling, and he's growling. I bet if I got him barking, your dogs will go nuts, but then they won't stop. These guys will just won't behave. But thank you, Vision. Wait, I lost. Okay, so you could basically polar pop eclipse. Okay, so it's basically his storyline, and you're doing like almost like the Cloverfield thing, where it's like your perspective of his baseline story, which is very cool. I got to rewatch it because right in the middle of it, just as the came on, I got a work call, and then I came back and it was over, and somebody completely different was on my computer screen. So I'm gonna have to go back. But hey, she said, thank you, thank you. Oh, Redleg's in here somewhere. What's going on? Everyone's favorite artilleryman here somewhere. I got two questions. Ope, Pilgrim, Texas. Hello, OPE. Oh, Operation Polar Eclipse. Okay. I was like, did you misspell something? Okay, totally lost now. There we go. Thank you, Vision. Wait, yeah, I saw it. I had a question, and yes, Christine, is the question for me or someone in the chat? But you feel free to post it up there. Um, I am trying to. Hey, Lucky. Hola. Lucky's slightly warmer in her part of Texas, but not by much. Anyway, this morning got up, went to the gym, and ice skated in my sneakers from the truck to the entrance of the gym. When I left, there were a couple of the girls who did that CrossFit thing, and one of them had completely wiped out. She had eaten shit, and she had skid under her car, which kind of probably freaked her out a little. And we slid over there to help her out. And at that point, I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Hey, my mother Spark. Hey, Glenn, good to see you today. It is pretty cool. That's the truth. 45 in Southeast Texas. No, we are right now at 22. We were 19 this morning, light wind, but it drizzled all night, and we've got a sheet of ice basically running from Pecos almost all the way to Dallas. I mean, like that whole swath of 20 and 10 is no snow. I'm getting little like niblets, like these little flurries, but the damage was more the rain. Like I guess the warm rain went through the cold air as it went down, hit the ground, and froze. Glenn's 38, Josh is 20. So you're not much warmer than me, Josh. Do you have a bunch of ice on the street? Because from the weather map, it looked like the whole of 20, like from almost El Paso all the way to you guys, was just thunder sleet. Thunder sleet. That sounds like a rock band, man. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Thunder sleet. Man, Ranger Hill today. No. Oh God, yeah, no. That's not even funny. Or Fort Drum with those hills. But of course, then you'd have skis, which would make a big difference too. 32 and partly cloudy. Hey, no ice here, minus the slight coating on some stuff. No, my truck was coated in ice. It looked like someone had poured like that plastic molding you put over model kits and just like layered it like it was saran wrap of ice on my. In the People's Republic, it's beautiful here today. Oh yeah, sure, just rub it in, lady. Uh, People's Republic of New Yorkistan. See, we keep saying that, and one day the Cossacks are going to take Mike away, and Lou's going to have to rescue him. It's going to be bad. So yeah, folks, the weather is all over the map. I mean, you can see it from the chats here, and they're expecting what we've got is this high pressure system kind of sitting in the Gulf of Mexico, closer to Florida, and it's spinning counterclockwise or spinning clockwise and throwing moisture into the cold front that came down from Canada, and basically northern Texas all the way to North Louisiana and into parts of Alabama we're just in that zone where the two are colliding, and we're getting this. We're not getting snow, and we're not getting rain. We're getting frozen butt that then lands on the street, and then the poor yoga girls fall down in the gym parking lot, and guys like me are like sliding. Uh, we're up from -25 to 5. God, that's terrible. Reporting live from FEMA Region 3. Man, I think we give FEMA too much credit because I've watched them deploy on hurricanes, and in some cases, some areas they did really well, but that machine moves slow, man. Like if we actually needed FEMA somewhere, and not like, oh, the hurricane's coming, we kind of know it's coming, so you can kind of position equipment. If it was like the scenario you guys are talking about in your videos, like bam, emergency, good luck. You're on your own for 2 weeks. And I can say that from experience, because during Harvey, we pre-positioned stuff 7 days prior, and then they just kind of maneuvered it. So San Antonio, Austin were the big rally points for assets coming from elsewhere. Um, hey, good morning, Moonsprout. 29 and ice. Yep, that we're 22, so you guys are not much better. Uh, Honestly, in some cases, I don't think they can help. It's kind of designed to move in with assets to help when there's certain expectation that the roads going to the place that has the problem can actually um, can actually make it. Bye, my mother Spark. Take care. Be safe. Okay, no worries. Got to get work done. I'm just messing around at lunch. I was supposed to meet a client, and he said his wife and him slid down their driveway, and I'm like, yeah, we probably don't need to be driving to a restaurant today. So, hey, random and Tony, I am from the government. I'm here to help. That's if they show up. Honestly, during Harvey and Ike both, um, the federal help was so discombobulated that the local cops drove to the Army National Guard base, and basically the constable or the sheriff, depending on where they were, spoke to the commander and said, "Can we borrow 4 of your Humvees? Because we can't wait for your guys." And the National Guard actually gave snorkeled Humvees to the first responders. So there were cops driving Humvees, and which was cool because they could do the water rescues. But um, yeah, that's oh no, no worries, man. And Arkwild. Hey, Jason, how are you? It's going okay, man. Uh, been busy. See, that's what worries me is this is what happened in what, 21, beginning of 21. It wasn't the cold, and it's not if you get snow. It's you get rain and it freezes like it did, and then you get more rain and it freezes, and then it thaws a little bit, just enough to get into the machinery of like the wind turbines and the transformers. Then it freezes and you get that freeze thaw, and it just embeds into transformers, and they start to go down, or it accumulates on the power lines. They've if rescued by the government is your plan, Godspeed. May the odds ever be, it would be like the Hunger Games, wouldn't it, man? Yeah. And because our power lines, a lot of the big ones are above ground in Texas. uh yeah, they can go down, and that's going to take a hot minute. And those of you who live in Texas know what I'm talking about. You have those big power lines that run across the state. California is ironically the same way. Have those big power lines that run through the forest, some of which probably are what caused the fires they have out there. But yeah, folks, watch yourselves on the road. We wound up, I salted my driveway and the front because we have uh, we have kind of an angled driveway to let the water flow away when it does rain out here. But unfortunately, then it becomes evil slip and slide when it's icy. So we salted that last night. I put some more salt today so we can get in and out of the garage with our vehicles without killing ourselves. Um, but right now, multiple companies have put out notifications that operations are suspended. Oil and gas is suspending a lot of operations. The wind farms, they've shut down a lot of the windmills so they don't get screwed up, or they're putting them on a slow spin so they break up the ice, but they're cutting back on those. The linemen can't even safely go up the lines right now. So and trucking's a disaster. People are there. One of my crews just went down a major highway in this part of Texas, and he said all the semis were either in the truck stop or they pulled off the road into the shoulder on the feeder road and just parked. What are you running after? There's nothing new in the house, guys. Did you hear all the trampling sounds? The three buffaloes. Now they're being way too quiet. If y'all tear up a shoe, I'm going to smack one of you. No, they're listening. I don't know what they're doing. True. And at the end of the day, that's something you have to keep in mind, is that um, is continuity of civilization. It doesn't necessarily concern itself with our individual well-being or right, or our happiness. It's more to keep. Well, the problem is they forget ice is slippery, and especially out in the west part of Texas, because of the all the energy and the industrial stuff we have out here. We got people from New York, Pittsburgh, Colorado, California. I met some from Chicago. There's from all over the country come here because there's work here and it pays well. And everyone drives differently. You know, you go to Houston and you know that the Beltway is a racetrack. It says 70 miles an hour. It's a suggestion. People are going 80, 90. If you're not going to do 80, 90, you stay on the right. Like everyone knows that in Houston. In Dallas, they keep doing construction and just change the pattern of the road. So you took exit 5 yesterday. Guess what? Exit 5 is gone today. And now you're panicking trying to get back into traffic. Daughter has a new bunny. Is bunny poo good for my above ground garden? Okay, I'm not a bunny guy. My son raised rabbits for FFA. I thought bunny poop was actually good. Hey, Prepper Book Club. Uh, I thought the poo was good for, because they're herbivores anyway. Was good for, like mulch, if you will, in a flower bed. Uh, but does anyone? Okay, somebody said, I hear it's good for all gardens. So rabbit poo is great for gardens. Okay. Okay, so yeah, the general consensus, rabbit poop is good for your garden. Don't play with it. Well, and you think about it, the rabbit basically is pooping out grass niblets. So you just throw them in something else, it should grow just fine. Bunny poop is awesome for gardening, can be used right away. Chicken poop has to dissolve. Ooh, okay, so can be used immediately. Cold manure, alpaca poop. Man, I don't know if I'd want to collect alpaca poop. Them and llamas, they like to spit and throw bites at people. Although alpacas seem better tempered the uh, than the llamas I've met. So yeah, folks, now I need some alpacas. There you go. Or you can watch The Emperor's New Groove and watch the cartoon llamas and alpacas. Chicken manure has to cure breakdown for a few months before you can use it without burning your plants. Okay. Well, that's good information. Hey, Loretta, what's going on? Thank you for making it today. I know you've been super busy yourself lately, so um, yeah, folks. The weather and people get impatient on the highways, and so they don't behave and they don't follow. Leaving themselves an out, giving themselves space when they're driving. So you got to be careful to. You got to be mindful of your space when you're driving in this kind of condition. Those of you up north, this is routine for you guys, but you also have the snow plows and the salt trucks because it happens so often. It's just a standard of life. Like Glenn was joking about in Minnesota, um, but yeah, in Minnesota, in those northern states, New York City has what 1,500 snow plows for the city. That's quite a few trucks, and then not including pickup trucks and other vehicles that all go out and they spread salt, they clean snow, and even then it can get overrun. Houston, which is the third largest city in the country, or fourth, has eight, but the square area they're covering is bigger than New York City. So you think about it, they have all this territory and they have no insufficient snow plows and salt trucks. So it's just if it doesn't happen that often, investing in that much inventory for equipment to deal with snow and ice doesn't make sense. But then when we have weeks like this, you basically get shut down. Okay, Loretta's having thunder sleet too. So you're the second person to mention that here. Well, you always get the stupids who are like, "Oh, I have my 4x4." The 4x4 is useless if all your tires are on ice at the same time, right? You're just going to skid and crash anyway. So Lucky's on a call. Thunder sleep. Salt isn't that good. I wish it would go back to using sand. Uh, I've seen it depends. The salt worked really well with the ice. Hey, penny pinching. I saw a comment go by there. Uh, hey, what's up, everyone? Main roads cleared up there. The secondary roads are all paved with snow and ice. Yeah. But again, people kind of know because it happens often, whereas it happens so is to be more efficient. Well, thank you. And thank everyone in the chat for helping Christine. Um, what is this? German Shepherd that got dumped on us a little over a year ago. We named her Stella. Probably weighs as much as an alpaca at 100. That's a big girl. Wow. Hey, Pilgrim Prepper. I saw you in there. And penny printing. I'm in Virginia where we've never been able to use my snowplow for snow yet. Right, exactly, Watchman. You can't defeat physics, and if you have no frictional coefficient because you're on ice, guess what? You ain't gonna stop anytime soon. Um, hey, Pilgrim. What was that? Tell that to the post office. They don't care. We have to run regardless. Yeah. Well, I haven't seen. Do you sell? Oh, somebody asked me a question and it's gone already. If they use sand, ends up in streams and fish eggs can't cling to rocks. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Did not know that. Okay, somebody asked a question. Oh, my driveway is not very long, just the way it's designed. So right now I'm literally using a salt product, but if I can use sand, I just didn't think ahead, and that was on me to get more sand. The sand might have done just as good. Um, but I'll rinse it off because leaving the salt on the concrete over an extended period of time actually will mess with the concrete a bit. So I like to once the cold is gone and you get more non-freezing weather, I'm going to put a hose to the driveway and just send it down into the gutter. And no, just Topo Chico today for those. I know someone's going to ask. Yeah, use your transmission to slow down, drop gears because it doesn't lock up your wheels, but it does add some friction to the movement. I just started following this channel. Yeah. Yeah, Glenn was making nice. He actually sent me some photos earlier that were really good looking. Nice. Salt destroys the integrity of the concrete. Right. It's what I had on hand, Chuck, but yeah, I'm gonna be spraying it away as soon as it goes because I busted my ass last year because it's an angled driveway and I had walked to the truck and I went against the house and then down to the truck. So I slid into the truck when I was coming out. I don't know what I was thinking. I turned to grab something and I just and then I slid down my driveway and I knocked the crap out of myself. That was not fun. For ice cream. Yeah, and you know what? Most of this area, folks are just staying home. Like when I went to the gym this morning, there was nobody on the road. Um, yeah, the snow chains work, but they tear up the roads. So I don't know. I've never seen anyone use them in Texas. I was nice sold in an hour and 45 minutes of being in the store. Hmm, that's interesting. No, and again, they've only used spray here locally. I just threw some salt because it's what I had. They're using some kind of anti-freeze spray on the roads, but it's not being very effective because the they'll spray it, it'll melt whatever's there, but then it's still falling down. It'll wash it away and then it freezes again within an hour. So, hey, Alpine snuck in here. There. Hey, Alpine, what's up? Oh, nope, that's Daryl. Sorry. No, thank you, Ross. That's awesome. Hey, Fed Up, what's going on? Hubby tried to go to work. He didn't get very far. Road is closed. Yeah. Well, and a lot of the off-road tires here that we use in this caliche and this hard rock are studded, so they do okay in snow too. Um, but still, again, if you've got I've used kitty litter, but I used the wrong type and it just became a mess of clumps and it just made a disaster in the front and that annoyed me. But yeah, the normal kitty litter, not the damn clumping one, will work. Well, that was cool. I just literally got kicked out of my own live for about 5 seconds there. Huh. Can you guys still hear me? I did something wrong, dude. Well, I only have one button. It's just the little mouse pad. So, okay, blackout. I'm telling you. I was like, they've hacked us. Go grab your bags, kids. But yeah, folks, you guys definitely want to watch yourselves on the road, watch yourselves with the driving right now. It's going to be like this at least through Thursday morning in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, North Louisiana, basically everything from like a little north of Austin, Texas, or Alexandria, Louisiana, north, like so, about 40 minutes north of I-10 across the southern part of this country. Everything up north, you're going to get that. I know I started talking about kitty litter and I got censored. I offended the gods of kitty litter. That'd be funny if they kicked me for a kitty litter comment. Oh, that's so bad, Rescue. And Rescue starts with the puns. I'm in I-20 East Texas. I hear we are screwed. Yeah. Well, I'm in I-20 out west, and all the semis have pulled off the road. Like they gave up, which is something to think about. If you have to travel, you need to bring not only your get home bag, but you probably need to bring a supplement to whatever you're doing, and make sure a walkway and dry as ash from a fire. It makes it like sandpaper now. No cats. Austin, Texas needs cleansing deep freeze. Oh no. Yeah, probably does. And a buddy heater. Yeah, a heater. But there are a lot of trucks right now on the side of the road. But if this was an extended event like it was in 21, where you have, a week of this stuff, uh, that could start getting challenging because you're going to run out of gas in your semi, even if you have a sleeper berth. And if you're in an SUV with a family, you got to kind of plan out how you're going to deal with that. So I hope so, Moonsprout. Yeah, if it kills that off, I'd be super excited. Um, but yeah, small heater or hand warmers, stuff like that. But make sure you may want to bring extra stuff. I know homegirl, when she went to work this morning, she had a whole extra bin we brought to her SUV, and she had snacks and change of clothes and blankets and a bunch of other things because they've got men and women's locker accommodations. So she was like, in case I got to stay here late, we get some weird thunderstorm comes in and makes a complete mess of the area and everything becomes a sheet of ice. Uh, but yeah, plan for stuff like that. You don't want to be like those folks on I-95 last year that got caught in a blizzard, and they were like in bathing suits and hoodies coming up from Florida to Virginia and the Carolinas, and they got caught in a blizzard in their car and they froze their asses, and they got sick and whatnot. Um, hand warmers, not a bad idea. No. Yes. And Red, to your point, you my opinion, you stand more of a risk of dehydration and cold than heat because you feel the hot, you feel the sweat. When it's cold, you're less prone to want to drink water because your body doesn't sense the water or the lack of water in your body until you start feeling ill. Um, yeah, bring my forage inside if the power goes a couple of thousand degrees. Man, I'd be afraid to set the house on fire. You incinerate the place. But well, yeah, folks, look, the weather's gonna be funky. Thank you, Vision. Weather's gonna be funky across this part of the country, and it's gonna be all over the map. Not everyone's seeing the same thing. So definitely before you go anywhere tonight or tomorrow, check your weather. My understanding is tomorrow, at least in my area, for New Mexico, West Texas, Western Oklahoma, Eastern New Mexico, we're going to get the worst of it uh, tonight and tomorrow, and then it'll thin out later. Um, yeah, Moonsprout. I used to do that for the hurricanes. I'd seal up the tub. I'd actually put a liner in it, and I just fill it. We didn't use that for drinking. It was tap water. We could have used it for drinking, but we had it there for flushing and cooking and other things if we needed it. Um, this is true. Also, yeah, much drier. And yeah, the water bladders for your bathtub are definitely something you can do. Yeah, if you can stay home and not drive anywhere, as Red's pointing out, that's the best way to do it. The most important thing is just to factor in, do I need to make this trip? Is it really that necessary to go to wherever I need to go to? If it can wait until the storm or the weather's over, just do that. Um, it's not worth picking up the extra thing of milk. Tell the kids to put orange juice in the cereal and gross them out. But you don't want to be the guy or girl on the road unnecessarily. And it's usually not people who think ahead, will drive carefully. It's some yahoo who's late for work, and he's zero shits given driving down way too fast. And those are the idiots that cause the wrecks. And in most cases, they're also the same fools that will cause other people to get killed, and they walk away, which I find ironic. So yeah, don't drink tap water. Yep. But yeah, Red had a very valid point there. Reassess your priorities and plan accordingly. Um, hey, Joe. Joe's been busy too. But his Eat My Shorts series. I don't remember which one you did the other day. I was dying. I was cackling on a damn Teams call because of something you said. It came back to my head like 2 hours later. But I have to look back. I can't remember what it was. Michigan, we got 8 inches of wet, heavy snow. Yeah. And you see, that's what we have here is we just have a sheet of ice. We don't have much snow, if any at all. It's all just a sheet of clear ice that you can't see. So, hey, take care, Daryl. But folks, yeah, it's about time for me to go and act like I'm doing something important at work today. So, I will see you guys later this afternoon. Like I said, if the schedule frees up, I may have a change in what I'm doing since everything got shut down unexpectedly. Good. Taco Bell mission success was 0. Nice. But guys, stay safe, be careful, and plan your trips. If you don't have to be in behind the wheel, don't get on the road. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, take care of yourselves out there.